is a really special one. It's called the FST Red Flags Checklist. How do you work smarter, not harder, to prevent relapse? And there's two main points on this technique that I think you'll love. The first one is, how do we maintain what's called treatment gains? Like, we make gains in treatment, but how do we increase the odds that when our clients graduate, those gains are maintained? And number two, can we use a technique like this to dramatically increase the odds that you are going to prevent relapse long after treatment ends, or what I call affectionately increase the stickiness factor? Okay, so you've got the FST Red Flags Checklist here. And the first thing that's really important about this one here is the old saying goes, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Let me explain this here. When I did the research for the family systems trauma model, I saw so many articles and books on how to begin treatment with, a great diagnostic assessment, but I was shocked. There was very little on how to terminate or graduate our clients properly. And so I went back to Santa's little workshop kind of, and started researching what can we do to end treatment as well as we begin treatment. Let me take you through a case example. So let's say during treatment you're working with a teenager or an adult or a couple, and you've got safety issues. It could be self-harm, it could be suicide ideation, it could be aggression. And during treatment, it's stabilized. In fact, the family's like, we're good to go. But what often happens is after treatment's over and stress starts, relapse can attend. So here with the Red Flags Checklist, we ask this question of the family, because there's 4 parts in this Red Flags Checklist. So let me just show you part 2, for example. What would it be? Imagine what it would be like for your treatment and how it would increase your effectiveness if you said, okay, before we graduate, let's ask this question. What will you do if there's a reemergence of these safety concerns? I'm not saying that there will be, but just in case, let's troubleshoot. Self-harm, running away, drug use. And then you say, what are going to be the next action steps if we return? So here's a case. Her name was Tanya, and her safety issues were aggression. In fact, she came to treatment, she would spit on her mom, she would be aggressive, and everybody's like really excited to graduate. And so I said, well, hold on for a second. Let's go to the board. So you go to a dry eraser board or a flip chart and you say, let's write this out. Okay, what are you going to do, Mom and Tanya, if Tanya ever exhibits one of these following safety areas? Spitting on Mom or anyone else, showing aggression towards another person. What are the predetermined written steps? Now, this is the key. So Mom's like, I think I'm going to disable Tanya's iPhone for a minimum of 1 month. Tanya's like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And I say, look, Tanya, it's not going to happen if what? She finishes my sentence. If I don't reemerge on aggression. I'm like, you're right. But in case you do, you know what the clear boundaries are. And if it happens a second time, 2 months. Now for Tanya, her currency was her iPhone. For another child or client, it might be something different. But here's a key step. Watch this. Call the FST therapist, family systems trauma therapist, to check in when it happens the first time. Now this may be subtle, but it's significant. We do not, as practitioners, want to create in our clients learned helplessness. In other words, after they graduate, we want to go for what's called second-order change. And so what that means is that we want to be less important and then more important. So you see how Mom, when a crisis hits, she has 2 steps before she picks up the phone. Now, she's going to call me so I can just walk her through it the first time. But remember, what second order change means is we want these new changes to become the new normal. And in order to do that, we've got to have the client take ownership of the safety plan and the red flags checklist, not us. Because how many of you have had this experience? The client only calls you in crisis. And you do your job, and then you just reinforce that. So let's go on. So here's the 4 parts. You saw part 2. Let's go to part 1. So part 1 is what we call in the FST model a trauma playbook. And if you're interested in how we play this, you can look at the article at familytrauma.com. It's really fascinating how we do this. Areas of safety, unhealthy undercurrents, which is the DNA of this model, which I'll talk about in a second. This is a bonus. First callback. Now, hold your thought on this one. I'm going to come back to this because this is literally a game changer. I'm so excited. I can't wait to tell you, but I'm going to hold off by just a second. Let's just take the trauma playbook. Now, Tanya comes in traumatized, right? A lot of abandonment issues, reactive attachment disorders. What we see with adolescents and children is that the surface behaviors are often really extreme. That you have to stabilize first. So in the trauma playbook, the 2 symptoms that we had to stabilize and keep going was he was not attending school, he was extremely disrespectful on top of the aggression. So you say, okay, Mom, what will we do if? The mom says, well, I'm not doing my part. You got to remember, parents taking ownership. And if Tanya is not following this part of the playbook, how many days? 3 straight days. It's really important to put measures. Mom says, okay, I'm going to call a check-in meeting. Now again, I'm there to facilitate, but they're only. She goes, I'm going to call a check-in meeting. What do you think, Tanya? I like that idea. We're going to see what the barriers are, and let's see what we can do to get back on track. Now, Tanya thinks it's going to explain it. But she's like, Mom, you're really growing. I mean, this is awesome. And again, if the check-in meeting's not working, then you call me. Again, see what I'm doing here? Mom's the captain of the ship. I'm supporting her. She's becoming greater. I'm becoming less. Again, as you can see, the relapse is going down because we're working smarter, not harder. Okay, so this is key. Now, you already saw the areas of the safety. Now, let me give you a secret sauce for KFC 11 or spice. In the model, the driver is undercooked. Like, how many of you have ever done trauma work? Something called undercurrents. So we do these things called seeds, where the family picks out their toxic seeds. And so unhealed wound seeds are driven by unresolved grief and loss, which we have to help the family do the opposite, which is grief education. Betrayal or abandonment, we have to help them with forgiveness. Family secrets, if that's going on in the family, we have to help them reveal the secrets. Mental or physical abuse, we have to do the opposite. As you're seeing a pattern here. Now in this particular family, the main undercurrent that was driving Tanya's aggression and some of her disrespect is she really was unable to get the mom for a very bitter divorce. Now, this is a single parent mom, but as you know, kids get caught in the milieu of a bitter divorce. So she's basically not forgiven us. But through FST, she's able to forgive. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that this undercurrent sticks. Because if this undercurrent falters, the house comes down. It's like the foundation of the house. So we say to Mom, okay, let's contend for these undercurrents. These unhealthy undercurrents around unforgiveness returns or any other problems. Let's bring them to action. The mom says, I start feeling resentful and forgiving towards Tanya. If I start being inconsistent again or use empty threats like the old days, if Tanya starts to shut herself off in the room for days on end like she used to, starts to lose interest in outside activities and life in general, what are the action steps? Together, we're going to come together at the kitchen table. We're going to remind each other things that are happening. Get some role plays so Tanya's not going to just slam mom and mom's not going to scream Tanya. We're not back on track within 1 week. Let's call it stop, our FST therapy, for pointing to the phone. So, as you can see, we have covered 3 parts of relapse. 1, the contract. 2, safety. 3, the undercurrent. This is really increasing the odds dramatically that the family's doing better. So, again, what we're trying to do is make sure that this unhealthy undercurrent will not come back into the family without a fight, because we do not want to have another unhealed undercurrent. So, this is the bonus. Now, here's the game changer. How many of you have experienced this issue? I know I have. When clients graduate, here's what I usually say. Hey, if there's a problem, give me a call. So what happened is I would go on to other cases, out of sight, out of mind. How many of you have this? But when a client does call you, they're in full-blown train wreck. They should have called you months ago, weeks ago, but they were like, either they had shame, that they didn't want to call you back, or they didn't know that they should call you back, and you're on everything. This is a game changer, and I'll tell you why. Before Tanya and your mom leave, I say, hey guys, let's be a little more proactive. We can get our calendars out, and in 30 days from now, at this time, you think I can call you back and take out this checklist. And if you don't have it handy, I'll have it handy. Let's just go through it on the phone. Let's do it 60 and 90 days, because the research shows that if you're going to relapse, you're probably going to do it in the first 90 days. Now, when you put on the calendar and you call the parent and leave a message, it's basically like no skin off your nose. You just have to put it in your Outlook calendar, call them back. But how many of us have really done that? I know I never did that. And so now I actually have a red flags checklist to go through and say, because what I used to do when I call families is say, how's it going? Oh, everything's fine. But with the red flags checklist, it's not always fine. So to summarize, this is why this is a game changer. It doesn't take much effort, but it makes all the difference in the world. So again, what I'm trying to do with the mission is to help you guys become a family trauma expert through really step-by-step tools, because I think family therapy is difficult even on a good day, and I think we all need these kind of concrete tools to move the needle with our client. And of course, you can always find me on familytrauma.com, and if you like us, please share this with colleagues, because we all need these step-by-step tools. So let me summarize today as what we did today. So first of all, we covered a lot in a short time. The FST Red Flags Checklist, really has those 4 steps. And again, what's the end in mind? Number 1, we're trying to increase the odds that we're maintaining the gains you made in treatment by literally working smarter, not harder. So I'm overusing that term today, but it's a good one. And then number 2, it's going to, as you can see, dramatically increase the odds that not only is the client the co-owner of their relapse prevention plan, but there's something concrete. People need concreteness. And what I also do is I'll even say to the parent or caregiver, would you tape it to your bathroom mirror and brush your teeth every day like a general in the Army? Some people will laminate it, and we really call these protective factors, because we are basically putting factors in that's going to protect the family from relapse.